Come down to Dwadasangam. Come down and reside at Duriam. Spread the meditated energy throughout the body and soul. May it purify each and every cell in the body. May it purify our soul. Sankalpa. By the grace of the divine bliss, we shall all live in good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, fame, and wisdom. By the grace of the divine bliss, we shall live in good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, fame, and wisdom. By the grace of the divine bliss, we shall all live in good health, long life, enough wealth, peace, prosperity, fame, and wisdom. Blessings to life partner. Blessings to children one by one. Blessings to brothers and sisters. Blessings to close relatives and friends. Blessings to those who help us in our daily duties, bosses, subordinates, clients, customers, colleagues, investors, associates, and fellow meditators. Bless even those who think they are our enemies and miscreants, if any, that they too must change their heart and live in peace, prosperity, and harmony. Vedatriyam propounded by our Guru Sri Vedatri Maharishi. Be blessed by the divine, be blessed by the divine, be blessed by the divine. The World Community Service Center, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. The Temple of Consciousness at Adyar, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. All the meditation centers and the trusts around the world, be blessed, be blessed, be blessed. We shall not hurt anyone in body, mind, or soul. We shall help those who are hurt. We shall not hurt anyone in body, mind, or soul. We shall help those who are hurt. We shall not hurt anyone in body, mind, or soul. We shall help those who are hurt. May the whole world live in peace, prosperity, and harmony. World Prayer. May the leaders of every nation intuitively attain divine realizations. The boundaries of all nations guarded by a force common to every country. May all men live without rancor or fear, working for a living, all wars disappear. May the people all over the world find lasting peace which fills their mind. Rain blessing. May there be rainfall in adequate strength so that lakes, ponds, wells, and rivers are filled to the brim. May people live in prosperity through ennoblement of character. May there be rainfall in adequate strength so that lakes, ponds, wells, and rivers are filled to the brim. May people live in prosperity through ennoblement of character. May there be rainfall in adequate strength so that lakes, ponds, wells, and rivers are filled to the brim. May people live in prosperity through ennoblement of character. May peace prevail within us. May peace prevail around us. May peace prevail all over the world. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Rub your palms gently together, place them over your eyes, and then gently wipe the face with the palms. Raise the hands over your head. Take a gentle deep breath and release it. Bring the hands down sideways. Open your eyes gently. and look at your palms and bless your Guru and bless all the people who are meditating along with you. Be blessed by the Divine.
Dear fellow seekers of the truth, may our Guru be always with you. By the grace of divine force, may you all and your family be blessed by the Divine. It is my pleasure to welcome everyone to our spiritual discourse organized by World Community Service Center. To enlighten us today, we all are going to listen to rare audio of our Divine Guru, Vedatri Maharishi, on the topic Moralization of Desires. Be blessed by the Divine.
Friends, we are coming to one of the very important subjects. This is moralization of desire. Not only for truth seekers, but for all people, this practice will result in happiness, success, harmony and peace. How? We have to understand one truth of nature. Mind is very fast. Body is very slow when comparing with the speed of the mind. Mind can create desires, 100 desires in one day, even 1 hour. To fulfill the desire, how many days, how many years are required to the body? So, what we do, without knowing the capacity of the body, we are creating, developing desires more and more according to the speed of our mind. When the desire is allowed or aroused, if it is not fulfilled, what will happen? Unfulfilled desire always will disturb the mind. You will get disappointment, conflict, worry, all are coming only from the unfulfilled desire. Suppose you are thinking of getting one thing and you are not getting in time and are in quantity. There you are worrying. Between the stock and need, between the imagination and actuality, between the expectation and achievement, if there is gap, mind gets disturbed. We want always really peace and happiness, satisfaction. So how to get the satisfaction? You need not completely avoid all the desires. We cannot avoid, because until the soul is working within the body, the mind has to function. The mind always will work getting attachment with anything that may be need, that may be imagination, whatever it may be. So without desire, we cannot live on the earth. We have come to this place. If there is no desire, we cannot go back. So, in this way, the natural way desires also coming in this way. Suppose we are sitting, call of nature, appetite, all are coming again and again. We have to fulfill. To fulfill all these needs, we think of the commodities, facilities, articles, and action, all are desires. So, this desire is the proof of living. We cannot avoid desire. At the same time, we have to moralize our desire to the best of happiness and peace. How? Already without knowing, we have created, developed many desires. Now we understand all the desires according to the speed of mind developed cannot be fulfilled by the body in our time. So we cannot get failure or miseries, worries, depression, all this. So we have to get a satisfaction. Our mind has to be always in the peaceful state. If a desire aroused which is not fulfilled, then mind cannot be peaceful. We have to keep our mind always in the state of peace. For that, this practice will be more helpful. Without understanding, we would have created more desire. Now all the desires are within us. Many desires are to be fulfilled. Alright, now we have to do one thing. Just to take a paper and pencil. What are the desires unfulfilled you are having in your mind? Write down one after other, giving serial number. It may come to 10 or 12 or 20. Let it come. Sometimes you would have forgotten one or two. When you go to bed, it will come to the mind. There you write down. And this way, within a day or two, you write down all the desires. Then sit. You take 1 hour silence. Because 1 hour is not waste. You may think there is no time for me to do all this. We have much more time. We are wasting much of our time. This 1 hour time will save a great number of days in our lifetime. Therefore, you take 1 hour and sit. First, you think of one desire on the top. Put the question, without achieving the desired thing, can I not live peacefully? You put the question. If you get answer, it is a must for living. So the desire is to be fulfilled. Otherwise, say, I cannot. All right. Now you know the importance of the desire. If so, by my physical health or financial strength and other mental faculty, can I achieve this? Yes. If so, check out a plan of achievement. I have to work in this way, that way, then step by step I will achieve this. If you have to develop some mental faculty, suppose you have done only 2 years in the law, 1 year to be completed, but before that you left the school. Now you have to plan to fulfill or complete the course, then only you can become a lawyer. If the desire is to become a lawyer, you have to complete the course. So, in that way, can I develop my ability to that effect to achieve the goal? If it is not possible, all right, what to be done? You have to eliminate the desire, because understanding the inability of your education or body, whatever it may be. Then think, what is the use? When I cannot achieve, what is the use of keeping the desire within me? So I cannot achieve this. I have to change my desire to some successful function or action or work. In this way, you can eliminate or keep the desire for fulfillment. Then plan of the achievement. According to the plan, you have to work. Then take the next desire and then work on it. Find out the pros and cons and make out a plan for it. If it is also to be deleted, or you give a auto suggestion and decision on the remark column and the statement, this is for this reason I cannot achieve. It is not possible. Even though I achieve this desired thing, I have to face such and such consequences. That is very bad. That is miserable. I should not have it. So in this way, you go to the result also out of achievement. Up to that end, you go on understanding, if I fulfill the desire, what are the consequences? If I don't fulfill, what are the consequences? There you have to select. In this way, you give the decision, take the decision, all the desires. Then you work. What are the desires you can fulfill? You take them, and as you planned, you have to work. So your energy is saved. Your energy is moralized. You are streamlined. Your mind is moralized. So here you will not think of anything other than what you can achieve. So here is the success. When you are going in the way, whatever the desire comes, if you are able to achieve, you are achieving and enjoying the benefit and experiencing, there is the peace, there is the happiness, there is the success in life. In this success, always mind will be peaceful, and the development of the mind and the enlightenment of the consciousness easy to all of us. Otherwise, when the desire is piled up more and more, hundreds and hundreds, which are not at all fulfilled, some other desires may be fulfilled, that is not at all satisfaction. So in this way, you have to fulfill the desire what you get. For that reason, you have to moralize your desire. This is the second practice we are giving, we are teaching. This is not hearing and going away. Just you have to sit, work for it, put in the practical life, then see where you are, what you are. There is the real peace, real satisfaction, real harmony. With these words, I conclude my speech and wish all of you success and happiness in your life by moralizing the desire and putting this technique into practical experience. Be blessed. Friends, we are now starting the lecture on avoidance of anger. Anger cannot be suppressed or controlled. If it is suppressed or controlled, it may take another shape. Therefore, controlling the anger or suppressing the anger will not do any good. Before coming to this subject, we have to understand the evil effects of anger. When the mind is working in a higher frequency, such as 20, 25, with a torturing or with the vengeance and all that, at that time the mood comes. First time when the anger starts, that will start in this way. Wherever the desire is obstructed, or when a man thinks this material person or action will obstruct the enjoyment of the happiness, there he wants to get rid of, avoiding that. When the obstruction is more, then the energy is accelerated in the body to destroy or remove the obstruction at that time with full force. It is the starting of anger. Once you get anger, again and again, sometimes with a very little reason, the anger will arise. Because once you get angry, the whole metabolic routine is affected, and the body is ready to, cells are ready to accelerate to that level. Therefore, easily one is getting anger with others. Not only with others, anger within self also, on himself also, people used to get. Such anger is called depression. Depression also is the same mood as anger. In the anger, there is enemy. There is a thing to show on it. In the depression, there is no enemy. Therefore, the mood is working within. Sometimes the anger takes full shape, that is, depression takes full shape, he kills himself. Therefore, that is also, depression also, other side of the anger, where there is no enemy, obviously. In the anger is working in this way. When one gets anger, the life force is accelerated to function forcefully. So, the body is containing the life force. When every particle is having more movement, more force, the life force is swelling, expanding. The expansion of the life force gives the body some strength, extraordinary strength at that time. At the same time, mind is working to revenge or torture or remove, so the force is used. When the force is exhausted, then normal function starts. There, man becomes weak. Energy is exhausted. So in this way, very often a man gets anger. What will happen? The body is affected very much. All the cells are affected. Particularly blood pressure rises. Heart is affected. Lungs are affected. Brain is affected. And all other important organs are affected by the anger. So, very often one gets anger. Always the body cells are in tension. When it is in tension, all kinds of vices will come into being to that person because of the accelerated or aggravated force of the cells have to do something. So anger should be avoided. No man is getting any good result by anger. Even in the history of the world, if you remember, all the ruinations of the men and materials on the earth would have happened only by anger. Anger started in man from the hereditary imprint. The hereditary imprints, if you go on tracing, it has come from living beings, reptiles, animals and all that. So they, for food and protection, they got angry with one another very often. So all the temperaments are started only in the animal kingdom. It is following even in man. But animals are using their forces up to the body strength and up to the limbs. Man, when he gets angry, what happens? He is using chemicals and weapons. He can destroy one person or 100% or a large number of persons in one way or other. The ill effect will stay for a long time. Therefore, man has to control or avoid getting anger. It's a must. All the commitment, all the crimes and the sinful actions, pains and miseries are coming only from 6 temperaments. Among 6 temperaments, anger also is one, but it is most sinful. Greed, anger, miserliness, immoral, sexual passion, vanity, vengeance. These are the 6 temperaments. All are in one way or other shape of greed. Suppose the desire is the force of the consciousness to reach its goal of perfection. When the desire starts with the force, it has to go in the right path. But on the way we are diverting the desire on the materials and enjoyment, pain and pleasure, sensations. So getting contamination, the same desire becomes inordinate desire or diverted desire. There the desire itself takes the shape of greed. When the greed is obstructed, what happens? Man is getting angry. The greed takes other shape as miserliness. Oh, this is wanted for me. I don't want to give to others. That is also one shape of the desire. Same time, immoral sexual passion, that also is a kind of desire. And inferiority, superiority complex, also desire on his own prestige or fame and all that. Vengeance is the reserved anger is called vengeance. So all the temperaments are when the desire is obstructed or diverted, that becomes inordinate desire. From inordinate desire or greed, all other temperaments are growing. So, what we should do? First we took up the subject, analysis of thought. There we could understand how the thought arises. We understood how we have to maintain the awareness. Wherever the awareness is maintained, temperaments will not work. Wherever the temperaments work, awareness is lost. This is a very important point we all have to keep in mind. When the awareness is there, no temperament. When the temperaments work, temperamental mood anyway work, the awareness is there. So, first we took up the subject to develop the awareness by analysis of thought. Second, we dealt with the subject, moralization of desire. So that also in continuation of that, the moralization of desire is the basic principle and practice to avoid all other temperaments, to moralize all other temperaments in our day-to-day life. Alright, now because of the hereditary imprint and all the activities done in this life, we are getting very often angry with other persons. So, you know what is the effect, ill effect of this. You wanted to stop, but several times you decided, but several times you failed. Why? We have not worked systematically for that purpose. That is the system or formula I am going to tell you. As you have worked out for the moralization of desire, this also is to be worked out practically. You take a paper and pencil and make statement like that is headings. List out all the persons, materials or incidents where you get angry every now and then. First you list out all the persons. Maybe 10 people very close to you, you are getting angry with 10 people who are very close. You write down one after that. Now, you take one person and understand the relationship, value of the relationship. By getting angry, the relationship is very much strained. Up to now, how many times I got angry with the person? What happened? I am thinking that things will be all right, so that I can have successful life. This way, you are getting angry to regulate the activities or to bring others to your opinion. Never it happened. Again and again when you are getting angry with the same person, that shows utter failure. So by getting angry again and again, we cannot get the success. We are spoiling our body. When the blood pressure rises, it creates so many diseases in the body. So, sleeplessness and mental worries and so on. First take the relationship and then you understand the value. Anyhow, I have to maintain the friendship relationship. I should not get angry. You must come to the conclusion first, otherwise it won't work. I have to maintain the relationship. I should not get angry. I have to avoid. Then you fix a day. Tomorrow. You don't fix it day after tomorrow like that. Tomorrow itself that is to be fixed. Then in the morning you sit 5 minutes. Today I am going to deal with the person. How many times, what matter I have to deal with. Usually where I am getting angry or in what purpose I am getting angry with the person. Just you think, alright, today I am going to deal with the person. If he or she says this word, I will not react. I will accept and think the meaning or idea of the person. Then if I can do any help to that person, I will do. Otherwise I will not get angry with the person. So just make a drama within yourself. All the dealings, you make a plan and carefully with awareness you deal with the person. There your awareness will work. When you are aware, you won't get angry. Instead of getting angry, you will laugh within self. So this man is not understanding. So let her think, let her get angry, let it be exhausted. Until that I will be free. So 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, carefully, with awareness, you have to work. The first day, sometime you will forget, but the next day you won't forget. Because it has become a habit. You have taken, this is the metamorphose your character. So a very important thing it comes. Next day you will find the harmony and enjoyment and peace, success in it. Then you follow. After a week, you take other person, 1 day, the same drama. Within 10 days or 15 days, you will be able to work on all people. Then again, you have to think in the evening whether I have failed, with whom, what matter. So tomorrow I will be very careful. This practice within a month or so completely will change your personality. The whole metabolic routine will get such a change. You will be relaxed, you will get a good sleep, and you will feel the harmony around you with the persons you related. This will give you mental strength, happiness and success. You have to practice. Without practice, if you hear or listen to the lecture and go, that will go away. The lessons or teachings are taking effect in 3 strengths. One person will listen and keep in mind and put in the day-to-day experience and get the experience. Other person, there are some persons, second category, they will receive it and leave it, finished. The third person, it will not be entering into the ear. As it comes, that will return. The third. So we are not for that. We have to practice. The Kundalini Yoga is practice and get the result. It's a practice critical work to change our personality to be the best person, to be a real man, to be a divine conscious man. With this word, I conclude my speech and wish all of you success in this practice as other practices already we learned. Be blessed.
We all are blessed indeed to listen to our Divine Guru's speech. We are happy to bring the following online programs live from Aliyar Temple of Consciousness tomorrow. Morning 6 a.m. exercises in Tamil, 7 a.m. 9 center meditation in Tamil, 7:30 9 center meditation English, 11 a.m. we have a speech in Tamil on the topic Viruppamum Veruppamum by Professor Ganeshan. Evening 6 p.m. Turyatita meditation in Tamil, 7:30 Turyatita meditation English, 7:55 we have a speech in English on the topic How to Teach Mortality in Computer Age by Senior Professor Dr. S. Jayaprakash. Please share the invite with your friends and relatives. Let everyone take part in this spiritual journey. We thank our beloved President Padma Shri Arulnidhi S.K. Mailanandan for his leadership and guidance. See you all tomorrow. This is Vijay from the Aliyar World Community Service Center IT team. Be blessed by the divine. Good night.